Hear me now. Right now, I'm outside H&P, the Mount, as you can see in the background. Today's a big one, today's a huge one. I'm going to 2 prisons today. So this morning, AM, I'm at H&P, the Mount. And this afternoon, I'm going to H&P, Pentonville. Okay? So, quick story about the Mount. I was released from here when I was 23 years old. I was sentenced to 5 years in prison. I was meant to get parole at 2 years and 5 months and ended up staying an extra year because I must have loved the place so much. To be fair, I got into trouble. So today we done a talk in there and everybody was receptive. They're always receptive. Prison is the best place to catch people. Why? Because they have time on their hands, where they can think about their choices, where they can think about their consequences. You know me, I'm always working on the same thing, identity. What does society say about you versus what you say about yourself? This is important. What do people say about you versus what you say about yourself? And that is the main thing, and that is always the main thing. So as I said, I was in this prison. Funny enough, I just walked one of the officers to her car that remembers me when I was here. And I was even speaking to another officer in there, and he used to take his shoes off and try and catch us on phones and stuff. So it's quite funny. Actually a great full circle moment for me. I got picked up from just over there years ago. One of the messages that I relayed today was one of the messages from years ago. I was picked up by my friends. And some of you, the only freedom that you do see is when one door closes and the other door opens because your friends are waiting for you outside. And if you know my story from before, I went home and I got involved in the same stuff again, and which ended up making me go to prison for a second time and serving longer time. You know, because we'd always have these great ideas for what we're going to do, but the truth of the matter is if you don't have a concrete plan and a plan that's going to work out, then things go wrong. And I was telling the guys in there today, I said, you know, man plans, God laughs. So it doesn't mean to say that you shouldn't have a plan, but 2 things in that. One is that God's plans for you are much bigger than you think they are. And 2 is that you can plan as much as you want, and God will have a way of humbling you and, you know, making you sit down if you need to sit down.